afternoon, everyone. We'll have Coach make his opening statement and take some questions. Whenever you're ready.
You bet. Yeah, just good to get a lot of guys out there today, and of course, get the win and just a good week of practice. Good locker room downstairs. Excited about a few things. One, getting a lot of guys on the field. Had some shout outs to some of the walk-ons in particular who put in a lot of work. Guys who got some stops and put the ball in the end zone, and then just looking ahead too, to the excitement of what lies ahead with the Iron Bowl and the opportunities that are in front of us. And so, a lot of the things that we would just have goals for are all there, and the things we set out to do at the beginning of the season or even way back in January, right in front of us. So go attack it, and I know we're going to do that, but love the response that we had this week, all week in the work on practice.
Thank you, Coach. Let's start on the right side on the front with Charlie.
Yeah, Coach, just want to see if you had an update on Josh Cuevas and maybe how long he'll be down for.
Yeah, we'll just kind of have to see how he comes along here during the week next week.
John, on the other side, Nick.
Yeah, we saw Ryan Grubb on the sideline today. What went into that decision, or are we going to continue seeing that?
Yeah, it's just we'll talk about it afterwards, but it's something he's been thinking about here for a while now, and just communication, trying to see if there's a way where you're always trying to make things better. And doesn't mean it was bad before, but just something different. And today was a good opportunity to do that. So we'll hash that out and kind of see what we want to do moving forward. Thought it was good though. I thought the communication was really good, and there's an impact I think he makes when he's around the players. They feed off him, and I thought the communication again between the coaches and him just being right there with them and overseeing everything and getting a feel of what's happening. It was good.
Let's go to Colin, staying on front left.
Hey, Kalen. What was your message to Connor Talty? It seemed like there was kind of a visceral reaction from fans after he missed that field goal, and when he came back for an extra point. What was kind of your message to him as he continues to struggle?
Yeah, I just hope I wish they'd have their back like I know our locker room has his back, and he's working hard, and he had a great week of practice. I don't think he missed one all week, and we put him all over the place. So, he's going to keep plugging away, and just want everyone to support him. I mean, he's just like every other player on our football team, giving everything he has.
Let's go to Hunter on the front right.
Yeah, just going off that, what went into the decision to put in Peter Notaro and then bring Talty back into the game after?
Well, we were maybe thinking we were going to get another chance with some field goals and things like that. We wanted to try to get a number of guys opportunities. You saw we had multiple, I think 4 kickers out there that all got their chances, and that we're probably hoping that we could get another chance to get him out there, and that never popped up.
Let's go on the far right to Emily Grace.
Coach, 8 rushing touchdowns today. Obviously, relative to the defense that you are playing, but we've often talked about how there needs to be a confidence and belief that this team can run the ball. So what did you see in that area, and what does this set this team up for going forward?
Yeah, I just think that it's always execution and just more reps. Everything, get better with reps, and it doesn't matter what your position is, head coach, position coach, player. And so, a day like today, there's just a lot of reps, and we had a shake up there with the offensive line with Gino in there and a few other guys. And so, again, more reps for those guys against, the looks that we saw. And so, Dip mixed in running backs, and I thought they all ran hard and got their opportunities. And so, it's just trying to build on everything. Again, I thought a week ago, I thought we took a step forward, and we'll watch the film and continue to go back to work. And I feel like we got a physical football team, both sides of the ball, and that's what it's going to come down to here as we go down this home stretch.
A question for Drew, second row.
Coach, I was going to ask you about the tight ends. Obviously, Cuevas, you said you'll decide to see what happens in practice. You got to see a lot of them today. How does that, if with his availability being in question, how does that change things, and how do you go forward with the tight end spot and how you rotated today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you bet. Caleb, he's played all year. He's had big catches going back to the very beginning of the season, and just the combination of guys working together, I think, is always key. Whether they're working together in the blocking schemes, and that was a big part of what we were trying to do too, is just getting some of those guys reps together. Building for the future. And so, there's intentionality on some of the calls and personnel groupings, with the potential situations that could happen. And, I thought getting Marshall Pritchett, who's going to be a really good football player, the last few weeks, he's really gained a lot of steam, gotten a few reps. He's been great on special teams, and, we saw him early in the season, scout team, tearing it up and getting healthier throughout the year, and now he's out there, doing his thing, and it was good to see he get comfortable. It's good to see Brody out there making some plays and playing physical too.
All right, let's finish up with Theo right across the aisle.
How do you evaluate Keelan's growth over the past 2 months since we've seen him, and what do you think of his performance out there?
Yeah, I credit him. I credit our staff. I think, it's always hard to get three guys a lot of reps in practice, but I think we've really done a good job. And credit to Nick Sheridan, Ryan Grubb of having some intentionality about how we can get all those guys really important, valuable reps, and they take it very seriously. Not just when they're on the field, but when they're behind the line, going through their checks and giving these guys a chance to go out there and play. You can see I thought he made a lot of good decisions. There's, one to finish a drive there. Probably got a little anxious, a little quick on it. I think hang in there a little bit longer. He could have made something happen, but that's going to happen, especially with where he's at in his progression. But come a long ways throughout the season. The way he spits out things in the huddle, just command of the offense, command of the verbiage. He's right there and doing a great job. As is Austin Mack. Austin goes out there and really don't skip a beat with any of those guys.
Coach, we do have one more follow-up here.
Yeah,
Charles.
yeah.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Sticking with the quarterbacks, what did you see from Ty today, and what was your message to him after those 2 picks?
Well, yeah, the last one, he has to throw it in the end zone at the end of the half. In fact, I told him, I'm glad you threw it in the end zone because that means the stats don't matter, right? Because that would be one where a lot of quarterbacks would have just checked it down and, you're up 28-0, I think it was at the time, and they don't want that. I appreciate that about Ty. That's going to do no good. Your goal is to try to score. And so, he had a good week of practice and probably forced the one in there. I'll have to see the film a little bit. I haven't checked that play, but probably forced that one in there. And I think sometimes that happens in these games is you try to force the ball down the field. He didn't get as many opportunities. Probably knew it was going to be a shortened game, but you got to be disciplined. And I really feel like he'll do that moving forward, just like he has all season.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet. Yep.